What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Ace Run coverage of the 2025 Majestic. We are here for round number 2 coverage of stop number 5 out here on the Go Throw Tour. My name is Braden Sides.
My name is Randy Dewick.
And we're going to be commentating for you over this round 2 card out here at Blue Ribbon Pines. Huge shout out to our guys out at Infinite Discs for sponsoring this coverage. And yeah, BRP. It is a hot one today. A very, very hot one. So you're going to need a lot of water. Yeah, and windy.
Very windy.
So let's check out who we have on this chase card.
Evan looking good as always.
The Minnesota kid himself, NoahMeintsma, shot a 10:54 rated round 1. I don't know if he's like local to this area, but I know he's won it at least once.
My boy JadenRye out of Texas. He's been popping off this year. He had a pretty good 14 down round 1. Let's see what we can do in round 2.
Next, the lefty, Austin Turner. This is our second time looking at Austin. We saw his first round, and you get to see his second.
Rounding up the card, we got EvanSmith. Another player popping off. Everyone's just popping off this year, it feels like. He's got 28 career wins, 13 down, round 1. Let's get right into the action here. On hole 1, par 3, 340 feet. You can play a dead straight shot, or you can go with the slight hyzer along the right side, have it fade in. What do you think, Braden?
Yeah, it's a little bit windier today on this hole than it was the first day. The wind's kind of hurting us a little bit more than it was on round 1. So I'd imagine maybe some players are going to throw slightly faster discs, a little bit more overstable to try and counteract the wind.
NoahMeintsma from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Okay, Minneapolis, so it's got to be close. I imagine he's played here quite a few times. He's rocking the jersey.
Looks a little bit left. Now we need that left to right wind to help it out. Does get through. Probably inside the circle.
Got a putt over there.
Texas.
Always have a putt over there.
Right.
Jaden, I think he's throwing one of the Meridian discs. I don't know what the mold is, but I think it's some sort of mid-range.
He's got smooth form. Unfortunately, this is going straight left.
Yeah, just early release.
He's got to work for par from
Mint Hill, North Carolina, Austin Turner.
Austin going with that same nuke from yesterday.
Commit to the right side really well. Now can it fade in front of the trees? Yes.
Perfect.
And rounding out our card from Raleigh, North Carolina, EvanSmith.
If you guys have never watched Evan play, he has got one of the best putts in disc golf, in my opinion. So I'm looking forward to watching him play. I'm sure he's going to make a handful of spectacular putts this round.
Looks clean. Looks perfect.
That's how you draw it up. Oh, little Andrew Miranda sighting.
This doesn't look very fun.
Nope. Looks like he might have a tiny little window.
No problem.
Pretty well done.
I like Andy.
Noah in for the birdie. That's how you want to start off the round.
Evan with the perfect putt. He's so good. I feel like he is such a composed player as well. I've never seen him lose his cool. I think that's a really admirable trait to have.
Yeah, I agree. Pretty good work from our chase card on hole number 1, 3 under for the card. Here we are, hole number 2, par 4, 450 feet. Even though it's a short par 4, it's very technical. You got 2 options off the tee. You can try a sidearm or a turnover of some sort to access this right fairway that the drone's flying, or there's another fairway down the left side that if you want to be aggressive enough, you can even try and reach the pin. I know this hole has been eagled a few times during the Majestic. So let's see how these guys attack this one. Looks like Noah's electing to try the left side, but
It's going to be a tough birdie from there.
yeah.
Shout out to Aiden Guthrie. I believe he was the only 2 on this hole for this round.
Austin with the same cigar looks to pull it a bit. Probably in a similar spot to where he was in round number 1. I think the key to this hole is if you can get, around 50% of the way down the fairway, you're likely going to have a look into the green. It might not be the cleanest look, if you're like slightly off the fairway, but managing to get 50% off the tee, I think, is probably the key to giving yourself the most likely opportunity for birdie.
That's looking sweet by JadenRye.
That looks like a potential eagle putt.
For sure.
Oh, this is like Noah's jersey. I didn't even know that was like, it's got the Meintsma on the back and the stash discs.
He's trying to access the left side here, going for the ton on the left side. Tries to play the skip forehand. He should have a putt for birdie still. EvanSmith puts it inside circle. It might be a little bit obstructed, but definitely a nice putt for birdie.
Yeah, he's going to have a putt there. I was there in round number 2, and it's not as obstructed as it might look from the camera.
This is a tricky little touchy shot.
Throwing the buzz and throws it pretty well. Kind of similar spot to where Evan's at. I think he's also going to have a fairly open look. Here's Jaden for the eagle. Call it edge of circle 2.
Close. I kind of spoiled it by saying there was only 1 eagle and it wasn't JadenRye. But
Oh, yeah, you did. I forgot about it. I'm sure everybody else at home forgot about it too. Bang.
Never a doubt.
Noah's so good at these little jumpers from, just outside the circle to shoot. I mean, even like edge of circle 2. On the stripe the whole way. Picture perfect. Hits the window. I kind of like when I have putts that are obstructed like this. Or maybe not necessarily obstructed, but it like frames up the putt perfectly.
Yeah, you just got to hit the initial gap. And
yeah, it's kind of like
it
makes it easier almost to make it. Kind of forces me to focus on like the flight of the putt. But that's going to be 4 birdies. That is how you want to play hole number 2.
Oh, wow, guys. It looks like we have some breaking news about the world of disc golf.
Our top story tonight, Discount Disc Golf is offering premium disc golf discs for as low as $5.
2,000,000% more people are playing our local disc golf courses due to finding out they can get brand new discs for $5 to $7.
Things are really hot down here at the scene, but still not as hot as the deals on DiscountDiscGolf.com.
Discount Disc Golf released a statement saying that while everyone in this video is fake, the deals on DiscountDiscGolf.com are very real.
All right, we are on hole 3, par 4. It's called the 444 hole for a reason. It's 444 feet. 2 ways of playing it. You can try to play it safe and just throw a putter or a mid nice and low. Get yourself down the fairway, or you can just blast a fairway or a driver and try to get the 2. Depends how confident you're feeling. It'll be interesting to see how these guys play it.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna go for just the birdie play, the key on the drive is to keep it as low as possible to minimize the kicks if you miss the fairway just slightly.
This looks like a mid or putter, and that happens so easily.
Yeah, it's easy to just veer slightly offline. I think his stayed in bounds. We didn't see the OB marking come up. But there is OB if you go far enough left. But Austin is just going to be dead center of the fairway. That makes this hole very simple. Evan, I think this is aggressive.
Looks like a driver of some sort. Oh. I mean, that's just really pretty.
Yeah. Probably circle's edge putt, maybe slightly farther. But that is how you do it if you're going for the eagle. Looks like Jaden might be going for the eagle as well.
Yep. Blasting it.
Wow.
That also looks amazing. Nice and low.
Guys are just puring it. All right. Well, they're going to have a putt off for who gets the eagle. That's pretty awesome. Have 2 looks on one card. All right, Noah stayed close to the fairway. I wasn't sure how far left he kicked, but
This is a fine spot.
yep.
Not ideal, but edge of circle looking for a birdie. Here's Austin giving a little flick. Want to just hit the rocks. That is perfect. This is for eagle. And what a
Money.
putt.
The thing I love the most about Evan's putt is the way that they come into the basket. It seems like he always has it where the pace going into the basket is just perfect. I feel like his putt will very rarely spit out.
Ooh, Jaden almost following up that eagle with another one. Slightly low.
Jaden cleaning up the birdie. Austin cleaning up the birdie. And Noah taking an unfortunate par. But it's easy to do. You know, sometimes a 4 feels good on this hole because you're out of position off the tee. But from where Noah was, it kind of stinks to get the 4. Hole number 4, par 4, 520 feet. I think this probably averaged as one of the hardest holes throughout the duration of the tournament. Dogleg to the right. If you can land right around here, which is very challenging to access, you'll have somewhat of an open shot into the green, having to fly over the out of bounds, and this basket is tucked into a pretty guarded green. This hole requires a very specific tee shot, and it's pretty common to be stymied by some trees that make the second shot really challenging. So let's see how these guys attack this one. Wow.
That's an amazing shot. That's
Yeah.
in a really good position.
Looks a little early from Austin. Now he's going to be kind of blocked off by this line of trees. I don't really understand, like, this fairway exactly. I think most players, honestly, are just throwing something out there and hoping that you miss all the initial trees. But then once you access the second part of the fairway, it kind of makes a little bit more sense.
I like this play here. Wait,
Oh.
I didn't know he was going roll. I thought he was going turnover. How will this end up? There is OB long. That's going to be close.
Yeah, it looks like it's safe, just going to be a challenging shot out of the rough. All right, Austin looking like he's throwing the same disc he threw on the approach round 1, being aggressive.
Hits the initial gap. Now I just got to get clean.
I hope you don't hit a tree. Okay, he barely stays in. Gosh.
Don't think he was going for birdie there. He just wanted to get across and take his par and get out of there.
Yeah, this hole, if you're out of position off the drive, it's challenging to have yourself just lay up short because, like, short of the out of bounds. Because the shot over the OB is not an easy one, even though it's, you know, less than 300 feet. And that's an amazing shot from Noah. Out of the rough, he's
2
over.
rollers in a row.
Yeah, 2 rollers in a row, and he has a really long putt for the birdie. Oh,
It needs to miss
a
that.
little early, but all right. See, Evan threw a great drive and still just in a weird position. Like the shot into the green is just never comfortable, I think is a good way to put it.
Jaden. Okay, fortunate kick, but that is not the shot you want from there.
The good thing is none of these guys managed to find the out of bounds. So I was going to say likely pars around, but looks like Jaden's going to have to earn it with a good putt. I don't think you're ever upset with a 4 on this hole. Wow. And I don't think you're ever upset with a 3 either. See, this is what I mean, this little jumper.
It looks cash the whole way. So beautiful.
Had to work it around that tiny little tree. That was
Here's
a perfect
Evan.
putt.
Can he make it 5 down through 4? That'd be a crazy good start.
Just off left. Pretty good effort from there. Jaden to save his par. Did it hit off the tree?
I don't think so. I think it was just really left side, and he didn't think it was gonna. Oh, was it?
I think it might have kissed off the tree. And went
Oh
in.
my goodness. Oh,
Oh, sorry.
it's a secret,
We weren't
and
supposed
we
to
messed
tell.
it up.
We weren't supposed to tell.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
That's awesome. Have you ever had that happen?
Not that I remember. What about you?
Probably. I don't know.
Hole 5, par 4, 620 feet. Not a very demanding tee shot. You just want to hit the gap and get out here. You can go over the pond off the tee, but it's super risky. Most players are just playing short of the pond and then trying to throw something into this green, have it miss all these trees. And being parked is kind of nice on this hole since there are a few trees right around the basket, so it should be interesting. Noah going with that little hyzer. Needs to miss these last clump of trees. That's in a perfect spot.
Yep. He's probably looking at around 350 feet into the green. Evan looks like putter. He's just trying to play short left, it looks.
Might be a little bit obstructed with those trees, but
There's Austin with his quake. I think trying to play into a similar position as Evan, but gets a little bit more distance. That's going to be tricky because he's gone just a little too far left. Jaden, this is the play that I like. Flex sidearm. I think it shapes his fairway perfect. Perfect. Nothing more to say about that shot. That was perfect. Evan's probably looking at 400, somewhere around 400 feet into this green.
needs to miss that. And it should be pretty good.
Very good from all the way back there. Anything on the mulches is a solid shot.
A little bit of a patent pending. Flex backhand here. Okay, not too bad, but
Pretty well done. It's really easy to let those patent pending shots out just a little bit early. I feel like that's kind of the common mistake amongst a lot of the players when throwing that shot. Pretty good. On the mulch is good.
this is looking pretty good if it can miss everything as well. Ooh,
That's in Noah range.
that's true.
I wonder if Noah's one of those guys who prefers to be just outside the circle as opposed to just inside.
That is true.
That way he can do his little jumper. Austin with a Hail Mary. Oh. Almost dunked it.
Straight spike hyzer putt.
Straight Spikeiser putt, he said.
Looks like he might have been inside the circle there because
yeah.
he didn't jump it, but just a tad bit short.
Here, and watch the pace Evan's putt comes in. Just perfect. It's always perfect.
You never see any anxiety either, I feel like.
Yeah,
It always looks like he's very in control of his putt all the way through.
Yeah. If you want to become a good putter, take some notes. Watch Evan putt. Two birdies, 2 pars for our chase card. All of them bogey free through this point, which is a pretty solid start.
All right, just need this putt for birdie. Is that a whale? Why is there a whale on the course? Don't be like me. Get yourself a whale sack and keep yourself dry on the course.
Hole number 6, par 3, 372 feet. One of my personal favorite holes on this course. You just want to pick out your straightest, fairway, maybe even mid-range, and throw it through the gap, and let the disc just fly right onto the basket. Kind of got this cool little like tiered green with the mulch patterns. Looks pretty. This is one of those holes that once you throw it, you just know immediately whether or not you threw it well.
It's either birdie or bogey a lot of times.
Yeah, because a lot of the misreleased shots are gonna. Oh.
That
Okay.
is some fortune right there. You'll definitely take that.
Yeah, as I was saying, a lot of the misreleased shots tend to find their way into the rough woods. Jaden, this looks perfect. Ooh, almost skipped it up and in.
There's an early release. Now we're hoping for some good luck. Doesn't really get it, but there is a slight little hallway on the left side that you can access the green with.
Yep. Austin with an early release. Has a long look though from that shot. I don't think he'll be too upset with that result.
Noah got all the way up here.
Oh, he's got the little spinner and ace the tree.
See Austin's little step putt here. Cash. What a putt.
That is how you capitalize on a good break. In the heart. He knew it. Right out of his hand, started walking it in.
Noah will clean up his par. Not the worst score to take on this hole, but if everybody around you is birdieing, then it doesn't feel quite as good, perhaps.
Birdie from Evan, and I think we're going to see a birdie from Jaden.
You think?
If I was a betting man, I'd put a lot of money on him to get this birdie.
Nice.
Pretty good. 3 under for the card is solid work. That's why these guys are close to the top of the tournament.
Hole 7. This is going to need a whole review for sure because there's so much going on here. This is one of the toughest holes we have. What do you think, Braden?
Yep, definitely.
You want to try to hit this middle gap is what everybody I think is going for. You can go, you can do a little standstill backhand. You can do a jump putt.
Tomahawk even, perhaps.
Tomahawk is what I try to do. Yeah, I try to do. Try being the key word.
All we ever do is try.
What do you think these guys are doing? I'm trying to think.
I think we're going to see some jump putts, and I think we're going to see a sidearm from Austin.
Here's one jump putt. There's that tree.
Okay, here's a jump. Oh, it looks like a... Oh, okay, not a jump putt.
But a putt.
A putt. Dang, it's just a standstill putt. I think that was a mid-range, too.
It can be pretty frustrating. You feel like you have to get the birdie,
Yeah.
but the truth is not nearly everybody is getting it.
All right, 2 pretty solid shots. 2 errant shots. Now let's see if they can earn their birdie with some long putts. Wow. That was a pretty good effort. To be that long and to keep the disc that close to the basket requires some good touch. Austin narrowly missing that one. How have you fared on this hole for the first 2 rounds?
I got a birdie on it both days, actually. Combined putting, maybe 80 feet.
Wow.
So I was putting well here.
That's pretty good.
I never really put it close, but I was able to get the birdie.
Okay.
What about you?
I got the birdie both days. I
Nice.
think combined putting maybe 10 feet.
No, you're so much better.
Clearly. Because I'm good at a 170-foot hole. Hole number 8, par 3, 195 feet. This is one of the more interesting disc golf holes that you'll ever play. You have about 60 feet straight and then a 90-degree turn to the right, and then another like 100-something foot hallway. You'll see players throw high sidearms, high turnovers, and as soon as you throw it, you just ask the trees to move out of the way.
Or you can go putt, you know?
Yeah, you could do that. Most of your birdies you're going to see on this hole are going to be from long putts.
Right. I had a guy on my card from holes 6 through 8, putt 7 times in a row. Does that make sense to you? He putted on 6, putted 3 times on hole 7, putted 3 times on hole 8. He went par.
Wow.
Yeah. So not every day you can say I putted 7 times in a row. I went par.
That is... Oh, a tomahawk.
Okay.
The dreaded tree smack. So right now it looks like Noah and... Well, just Noah, I think, has the most likely opportunity for birdie. Austin has a very long look. Looks like Evan and Jaden are both kind of in the rough a little bit, just trying to manage to get their threes. Pretty well done by Jaden. And pretty well done by Evan. That actually looked like it had a decent chance of going in.
Time to get creative. Oh, just laying it up.
All right, let's see if Noah can drain this one.
That looks great. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, that was perfect. That was beautiful. We gotta have a run back for that one, right?
There it is. Come on now. Look at his follow through. So
Just
much
kinda
spin.
Just kind of stabs it right in the heart.
Evan can't believe it.
Evan was ecstatic. The rest of the card going to clean up their pars. Again, very odd hole. Very unique, I should say.
Very unique. And I guess the positive part about it is you can get a birdie and like take a stroke on a lot of the field. You know, you can try to look at it that way. If you do pick up the birdie, you're picking up you're picking up a stroke on everyone. So,
It just sucks to bogey.
would you ever?
And we're back. Hole number 9, par 4, 520 feet. Tunnel, fairway, bending slightly to the right. You have this out of bounds pond to the left that you want to avoid. And then throwing your shot into the green, you have to go over this tiny little pond. Tricky hole. I think a really good disc golf hole in general.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best holes on the course.
Yeah, I agree. Noah going to show us the sidearm. Throwing flex sidearm, and it looks really solid. Kind of pinned up on that tree, but he's going to have probably 250 feet or less into the green, so he's happy with that result.
Forehand is a great play here. You can go right like Evan is doing here. Oh, never mind. He did clip the last trees. But there is sort of a fence down the fairway that you can just kind of smack into and you still have a look.
Dang, 3 sidearms.
Very driven. This could be really good.
Looking great. Wow.
You might be able to jump putt that.
It's always good when you make the catch cam turn.
Speaking of turn, here's Austin Turner.
Wow, that's a good one.
Backhand, left to right. This is looking good. Gets a nice little fortunate kick.
Yeah, but a great shot regardless. Looks like Evan throwing a felon is my guess. I think he's trying to access the green. Bit high, catches some of the ceiling. Stays safe. Inside the circle, that's a pretty good shot from there.
Pretty good. He just has a death putt now. But it's a look for birdie.
Oh, just pulling that one a bit right.
Looks like he wanted to play it pretty safe.
It's really easy to do that when you have kind of the like weird stances on this hole. Like if you're pinned up on a tree or just getting out of the rough, it's easy to just smoke it a little bit too long to avoid going in the pond. I mean, even from good positions, it's easy to just give it a little too much because you don't want to end up short.
Oh, just clears it by a few inches, but no problem.
Perfectly calculated on the power needed.
Noah, here's another jump. That is committed. Oh my goodness.
Dang, that was weird. That thing bounced on the rim like 3 times. Good putt there from Austin. Nice and confident. Looking at the water. It's one of those putts you kind of just accept. You're either going to make it or you're going to miss and likely go OB.
Evan, a little bit high. Good putt, though. He's in for birdie as well.
Jaden showed us exactly how you want to play that hole. I don't know if anybody played it an easier way all tournament.
Here we have hole 10. Another par 3, 325 feet. Plays a little bit uphill. You want to go... You can either throw the backhand. If you're righty, you want to throw backhand flip up. Or you can go sidearm at it. A little bit of a flex shot. It is a raised basket. So not the easiest putt. Preferably, you want to be pretty close. Because, I don't know, you can 3-putt pretty easily on this hole.
Yeah. The way that this fairway is shaped, it really is challenging to get this, to get your disc, close to the basket. So likely a lot of the good shots are going to end up with, longer putts inside the circle.
Yeah, a lot of shots are going to end up on the left side like that.
Yeah, Evan getting pretty fortunate there. A little bit of an early release, but has a look.
Here's Jaden with the flex sidearm. Gets it up a little bit high.
Oh my God, he's a powerful man.
Wow. Threw it really well. The ceiling might kind of be in his way there for that putt, but a good shot nonetheless. Oh, shoot.
Dang, those guns.
Apparently. Austin making the same mistake as he did day one. Pulling it just a little bit.
Noah trying to play up at the right. Oh, he's trying to go down the
Narrowly
middle.
misses that one. Probably the best result of the group.
For real. Maybe a little bit from back here, or is it just a straight layup?
I think it's just a layup.
Yeah, smart.
I don't think there's any layup in this putt. Bang. See, no, they always just come in.
Oh,
Ice in the veins from Evan.
Flexing a little bit. Okay, come on now.
They always just come in with such a good pace. Bang. Man.
You taking notes?
These guys are some. Yeah, I'm trying to take some notes. These guys are some good putters. Looked like it certainly had the speed. I think the ceiling did come in to play there on that putt. Hole number 11, par 3, 250 feet. A lot of you know this as the Adam Hammis smoke the first tree, roll behind the tee box hole. There's an OB or a inbounds like tunnel, and then it goes into this field that is all surrounded by OB. 250 feet, but any out of bounds shot proceeds directly to a drop zone that is a long jump putt or a short pitch away. Key here is just getting out the gap and giving yourself a putt, not throwing it too far because that OB is not too far behind the basket.
That is a super stable disc by Evan. Pays off though. Pretty much parked. Noah going backhand turnover nice and high. Trying to have it glide to the right. Needs to get down. Not bad.
You know, something I've noticed, I've played this tournament for 2 years, and this part of the course, like when you get out here into this fairway, this grass, always like your disc kind of just grabs and sits, and it's always like very lush, and it's almost like springy almost. Like I don't think I've ever felt ground that's like...
Feels like a sponge. You're walking on a sponge.
Yeah, exactly. 4 pretty good shots. Nobody going to the drop zone, which is ideal.
The vibes look pretty good on the card.
Yeah, lots of
good shots. Noah straight into the headwind. Tough putt.
Yeah, this is the part of the course where they're gonna come out into the open and have to have the wind test them, but Austin reads that putt perfectly. Cleans up his birdie.
Jaden's got a tailwind putt here. Easy.
Three birdies and a par, pretty solid for our chase card. On to the 12th.
What up, guys? It's Mo here. Thank you so much for the support, not only this year, but every year I've been with Infinite. My new 2025 stamp is now live on infinitediscs.com. And it would mean a lot to me if you guys would go check them out. It supports my tour. I mean, who doesn't need another emperor in their lives, right? So go get one.
Hole 12, par 3, 296 feet. There is a strong left to right wind on this hole today. You can try to go on the right side as you see here. It is a scarier shot. Is the way to park it though. I think most players are probably going to go around the left side, try to play a big hyzer in. But it'll be interesting to see with the heavy left to right wind.
Yeah, this is one of those holes where it's challenging to park, but it's not all that challenging to get to the edge of the circle. And with all these guys being very solid putters, I wouldn't be surprised if they're just playing for that circle's edge putt to the left. I think that's the safest part of the green.
Yeah, that should give him about a 45-footer. It's looking pretty good. Another long putt.
Yeah, I think the key on this shot today, because when I played this, the wind was very strong left to right. It's just giving it the width. If you throw it inside, it's almost bound to go out of bounds. And this one is, oh, perfect. I just kind of misread the.
That's about as good as you can do with that shot.
Very
That's
good.
Really good.
I don't know why I thought that one was inside. I didn't. Oh, it's because of where Felix is standing. Come on, Felix.
This is looking a bit inside. This is the danger to go B. And he gets through.
Sneaks through. Jaden with a long putt. Wow, that was kind of a cool
Got him framed up nicely.
camera angle.
That putt looks very committed.
Oh. That was a pretty solid putt. Just barely two left. It looks like I haven't had maybe a little bit longer than 45. They were both out there well deep in circle 2.
Austin trying to take advantage. Squeaks it in there. That's a good feeling birdie.
You know what my favorite part about this part of the course is?
Oh, what's that?
Right after you get your birdie on hole number 12, you walk to 13. There's going to be a backup for some reason. And then you buy yourself a hot dog at the snack shack.
No way.
Yeah.
Is that the move?
Yes.
Wow.
It always guarantees that you birdie the next hole.
Huh.
Unless you're me, and then you just throw it out of bounds.
Oh, no.
But at least the hot dog was good.
Well, take us through this hole then.
Hole number 13, par 3, 425 feet. You're just going to see a lot of big hyzers. And any of the early shots will contend with these trees. Some of them will end up in this OB river. Otherwise, the main thing that you want to worry about on this hole is getting the width right. You throw it too wide, I feel like a lot of those shots can end up pushing the out of bounds long. The
margin of error is super slim on this one.
It is very slim, and you have to be very precise with the height and the angle and the speed. It's this is another one of those holes where it's really challenging to get the disc very close. So I think a lot of the players would be happy to be within 40 feet on this hole.
Unless you're selfish like me and Braden are, you want to park everything.
Yeah,
and then we take bogeys. Yep.
Oh.
Did that kick off of the trees?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. I thought he threw a pretty solid shot. I think with this wind, the discs.
This is looking very inside as well by Evan.
The wind is kind of like pushing the discs towards the out of bounds. And we didn't really have this wind in practice, so I noticed it seemed like it was getting to that back wall just a little bit easier than it was in practice.
Jaden going a bit lower and wider. This has potential to go B if it doesn't stop.
That was kind of weird. It just like dropped as
Yeah.
opposed to lifting. It's a weird thing about the wind. Sometimes you think you know exactly what it's going to do, and then it just does the opposite.
Chance to save par here. This would feel really good.
Putting with the K3 hard reco. I was going to say you got them from me, but Then he missed.
So now he didn't.
Yeah, now he didn't.
Good putt by Evan for the birdie.
Great putt. I feel like that's where you're going to see a lot of your birdies from. Noah cleaning up the par. Austin also cleaning up the par, and I think Jaden is going to be tapping in bogey. It seems silly to get a bogey on this hole, but it's so easy to, just outthrow the fairway just a little bit and end up just slightly out of bounds and, take a bogey.
Here we have hole number 14. Kind of the birdie stretch here. It's a pretty doable hole here. All you need to do is hit the gap and try and get down there. If you can, you want to get the disc inside the bowl here. It is not playing as an island, so you can just put anything close, try to make the putt.
That's normally what I do.
Put it close, make a putt.
Well, just try to put it close.
Oh, try.
And then, yeah, that's all you can do is just try. Evan throwing, I'm going to guess a judge is my guess.
That's what it looks like. Here's the gap, is a little bit turned over.
Oh, some weird ground play, but a putt nonetheless.
Austin might be playing this left gap. Yes, he is. I like this play, but you got to beat that last tree, and unfortunately, he did not. Noah trying to go center.
Oh, and Jaden throwing the...
There's actually 3 gaps here. He's going for this.
The middle?
Yes, this one right here.
Oh, looks like he threw it to
And
perfection.
That feels good.
Noah putting it close for the birdie. Or for the par, rather. Austin, I wonder if he's trying to make this. I would imagine.
Yeah, he is. This is a good one to run. Not much danger.
All right, Evan, outside circle look.
Dang, that's such a good putt. Another one. Feels like he's made a ton of circle twos by now. His putting is just so good. It's that simple.
12 under through 14 holes. I did not even realize that.
He makes it look easy.
He's on a heater, folks. Oh, my gosh. Jaden showing us how it's done. Making this hole look easy. Because I guess it kind of is when you throw it that good. And that is going to be it for our front 14 holes. Let's take a look at the field. Right now, Evan is leading the tournament, 25 under. Right behind him, Mr. Joe Revere. And a good array of some great players on the rest of that leaderboard. Thank you guys for watching the front 14 holes. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at BradenSidesDG, at Randy_Duick95. Check out my K1 Hard Tour Series Reco if you want to support my tour. If you do, that means a ton. Thank you guys very much. Hit Randy up. He's got some custom discs coming out soon, I believe, right?
That is correct. It should be here in a few weeks.
So be sure to hit him up if you're interested in getting your hands on those. And we will see you guys on the back 13 holes in the next one. See if Evan can keep up this heater of a round.
I think he can. He's that good. So there's no reason for him not to.
All right. Bye.
Boom.
Okay.